Hello again, here we complete the story. Okay, previously we have known Dr. Watson, Mr. Wilson, Mr. Spaulding, and Mr. Duncan Ross. Watson is Sherlock Holmes' friend. Wilson is the one with the mystery or with the puzzle who asked Holmes for help, okay, as a clever detective. Mr. Spaulding is Mr. Wilson's assistant or his helper, okay, in the small shop, who showed him the ad or the advert of the job with the red-headed league. And finally, Mr. Ross, he is the manager of the red-headed league, okay? Now let's complete the story here in chapter 2. You have here to stop for pause for like 7 minutes to read the chapter, and you come back again to complete it with me. Okay, here we have some of the bold words you have in the chapter. Content, the first one, means happy or you are satisfied, grateful for what you have, okay? Landlord, the owner. For example, the owner of the building itself, here for the shop. The last one, walking stick. This is a walking stick that most of the old people use it for just helping them in walking. And also some young people, if they have some problems in walking or in their legs, they use it. So back again to the chapter itself. It's supposed that you finished reading and here we explain it. Okay. Mr. Wilson now prepared himself for work. He put a pen, ink, and some paper and went to the Red-Headed League to start his new job. Then the first week finished and Mr. Wilson received his pay. If we ask here, how did he feel about that? He was content to do that job, but after 8 weeks, the office was closed. Mr. Wilson didn't understand what happened. What this? What may happen suddenly that after 8 weeks of work, everything stopped? What this? He asked the landlord about that, the owner. He told him that he didn't know, neither Mr. Ross nor the Red-Headed League. He has no idea about anything of this. Don't forget that all this was Mr. Wilson telling Holmes, okay, the mystery. Holmes was listening, then asked Mr. Wilson some questions about his assistant. Do you remember the name of his assistant? Mr. Spaulding. After this small talk together, Holmes was preparing to go to a violin concert with his friend, Dr. Watson, of course. On their way to the concert, Holmes passed by Mr. Wilson's shop, and with his walking stick, he hit the ground in front of the shop. Holmes knocked the door and asked the young man that opened the shop door how to get to the concert. Holmes told Dr. Watson that he did that to see the knees of the young man's trousers. You know, the knees, that he was doing something on the ground or he was not just sitting down like usual. No, he was doing something down. Okay, complete. Holmes was looking carefully at the houses and shops behind Mr. Wilson's shop. He was searching for something. There was a plan in his mind. He wanted to check or to make sure about this. Behind Mr. Wilson's shop there was a newspaper shop, a bank, and a restaurant. Then it was time to go to the concert, so they left. And of course, Dr. Watson still having no idea of what's happening in Holmes' head. Okay, that's it. Here we stop. And of course, if you still have any mysterious thing, don't hesitate to ask your question anytime, of course. May Allah protect you and your families. Goodbye and good luck.